Hi, we're back. We're talking about the Edge Strength and Training and CrossFit Rugged Edge. And I have a new guest this segment. This is Emily. Emily, would you introduce yourself?
Okay.
And how long you've been here in the county and your tell us a little bit about your family.
Okay, so my name's Emily Bull-Page. I've been in Amador County my entire life and took a hiatus for about 5 years and been back in Ione now for 12 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher. I teach 5th grade.
Okay, awesome. And 2 beautiful little girls.
Yes, Chloe and Ellie, who are getting ready to start 1st grade and 3rd grade.
Okay, awesome. So tell me, how did you hear about CrossFit Rugged Edge?
Okay, so well, as you
We
know,
go way
long time. So I've been taking classes from you, as you know, for forever, since you were at other gyms, and then when you had your studio in Ione and did boot camp and or kickboxing and Zumba on a regular basis.
Yay, Zumba.
And then I know. Yeah, I miss Zumba.
We all miss Zumba. And so for people who don't know, when I first started my business, I started in Ione, and this is actually a little bit of a little piece of info that is quite funny to me, but I actually started teaching group fitness classes in the banquet room, the back room of Clark's Corner, believe it or not.
I was there, yeah.
And so that was like, 3.5, 4 years ago, and it just is, it's amazing to me and really awesome how this has grown from there. So I started teaching in that little back room and then leased a studio space on Main Street in Jackson. And once we were in that space, it just kind of took off. And I wasn't a CrossFit coach at that time, but I knew I wanted to move in that direction. And Zumba was a huge hit, and I get made fun of nowadays because in the CrossFit community, Zumba is kind of laughed at and made fun of. But believe it or not, the wimpy workout. But believe it or not, I have people every week ask for me to start teaching Zumba again because it's fun.
Yep.
It's fun and
it's high energy.
It's high energy and it's fun and it makes you feel so good. And dancing, I mean, if you can dance and work out at the same time, there's kind of no
well, and half the time up there at Rugged Edge, anyways, we'll hear some of the we'll hear dancing anyways, and we have
working
some
out.
of our old Zumba songs come on, and we just start breaking out our old routines. So it's a good time.
So Emily is one of my original members from back in the day, starting in Ione.
And as much as I love you and I loved those classes back then, I've tried all the other classes, and finally this is something that has worked for me.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing. Surprisingly so. And when you moved from Ione up to Jackson, we thought, what's this CrossFit thing? I can't do this. I can do Zumba, and I can do punching in the air and listening to music down there with a whole bunch of other women. I thought, there's no way I can do that. And so I quit. And I regret that. I wish I would have stuck with it from the very beginning.
But you're here.
I'm here now.
You're back now.
Back
now and stronger and more beautiful and have a more fit body than I've ever seen you have. So what do you think the results that you had, like muscle tone and definition, what do you think has been the catalyst for that change?
I think definitely adding the weight has been a new aspect. And then with the weight, the cardio has come with it as well. I saw a joke one time where it said, what do you do to exercise? And it said, I CrossFit. And then somebody said, well, what do you do for cardio? Or I CrossFit, I lift weights. So what do you do for cardio? I lift weights faster. And I was kind of like,
exactly.
That doesn't make any sense. But there is a really good workout in that. And then also adding in all the extra cardio elements and using our body weight and pushing ourselves to do things that I've never been able to do before. I can do pull-ups now. I've never done pull-ups in my life.
Which is awesome.
I can do pull-ups now.
As a woman, I mean, that's something that a lot of us haven't done since we were kids. I don't know very many women who wouldn't say, I would really love to just do a pull-up. I think a lot of women are like, oh man, if I could just do pull-ups, that would be amazing. And we've got the nasty scarred hands to show it,
That's one thing I'm still working on. Haven't got there yet, but I'm working on it.
So Catherine, I want to ask you, just like Emily was saying, what differences have you noticed in your body?
I think the strength has been noticed. I think more toned. My son said the other day, Mom, your arms look slimmer. So,
yeah.
That's, I thought, well, that's good.
And I've noticed it, in the middle of a workout, your shoulders, I can see definition in your shoulders. And
so I think that's the difference. Yeah. I still would like, the weight to change, but it changes the makeup of your body between the muscle and the fat.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. You have to remember that.
Absolutely. This is a perfect segue. Let's talk about the Biggest Loser competitions and the leanest man and woman. A year ago, I just started thinking, I really want people to get results, and I want them to get the best results they can get quickly. And when I say results, I want a change in body composition. So I want to see less fat, more muscle tone. And then I also want a loss of inches and pounds. So what has to be done to accomplish that is we have to add the proper diet to this type of fitness. We could all work out every day and still not reach our goals unless our diet is cleaned up and correct. There have been so many diets over the years that I've tried with clients and gym members, and it's discouraging as a coach, and even as somebody who's trying to reach my own goals, to go for months at a time and not see results. The diet that we have used for the Biggest Loser is the Whole30. That's the official diet that we use at CrossFit Rugged Edge, and I love it. It is by far the best diet I've ever used with anyone. And Catherine, you haven't done this yet, right?
I have not. I'm looking forward to it.
So you're going to be in this next competition.
Yes.
So we are starting another competition on August the 21st. Emily, she did participate in our Biggest Loser competition. How much weight did you lose? Do you remember, and how many inches?
Oh gosh, it was a year ago. I lost, I think, something like 20 pounds, inches. Oh gosh, I can't even remember how many inches, but it was huge.
Yeah,
and it was like 7% body fat,
right.
Which was, and I gained muscle, which was the biggest thing for me. It was just,
that's the most important thing. Yeah, as you're losing weight, as you're losing body fat, which people may not know this, but typically what will happen is your body will eat up its own muscle, and so the goal with diet and exercise is to maintain lean muscle mass and to lose fat at the same time. So it's this beautiful teeter-totter of building muscle, maintaining muscle, your lean muscle mass going up, and your body fat going down. That is actually really hard to do. It is not an easy task. And what it means is that day in and day out, your diet has to be spot on. And a lot of people don't even know where to begin with this. When you did the Biggest Loser, you can grab a drink. And when you did the Biggest Loser, was that a hard transition, going from the way that you would normally eat to the Whole30 style of eating?
At that point, I'd already been starting to lose weight, and my meals were usually primarily protein and vegetables. However, I had gotten into the routine of snacking and bringing in those simple carbs again, and wine, and so things like that. So cutting those things out was a transition. But the funny thing was, as soon as I started eating like that regularly, I realized that I wasn't craving those things anymore. I felt better, and to be able to work out in a way that I wanted to be able to work out when I would show up at the gym, I needed to feel good.
Yeah.
And when I would occasionally, if I cheated or I had one of those things, it didn't feel right afterwards. And it was surprising how quickly my body responded in a negative way when I added one of those things back into it. So it made you want to eat right. It made you want to do what you should.
Absolutely. So I'm going to explain what the Whole30 diet is, and for you too, Catherine, to explain how this next competition is going to go. So the Biggest Loser and Leanest Man competition, for people who are interested in this competition, you would need to write an essay. And I tell people, I just want to hear from your heart. I want to hear why you think you would be a good contestant for the Biggest Loser. It's very much modeled after the TV show that we all watch, because it works. Day in and day out, working out and following a strict diet get results. So the people who are competing are required to work out 4 days a week and to follow the Whole30 for 90 days, which is a long time. The Whole30 is named whole after whole food, and 30 for 30 days. But what I started noticing in my own body when I was experimenting with this diet was that 30 days was just enough to get you through all of the adverse reactions, like your body is detoxing. So 30 days is just enough to get you through that stuff to where you feel like, okay, I'm actually over the hump and I'm starting to see some results and I feel fantastic and I like the way I'm eating. So it's the whole 90 really is what we do. So we work out 4 days a week. That is a mandatory thing. And you follow the Whole30 diet for 90 days. So that will start on Friday, August the 21st. And let's talk about body fat testing. At the beginning and the end of the competition, the way that we measure the winners for this and the way that we measure our contestants' results is by having your body fat tested at the beginning and at the end. And we bring in a company called hydrostatic body fat testing, where you're dunked in a tank, so we get your dry weight, and then you're dunked in a huge scale underwater where you expel all of your air. We get your wet weight. It measures your lean mass, your fat, your bones, all of that. And then we know exactly how many calories a day you need to consume, and that is it. We're going to talk some more about this a little bit more in our next segment. And then, Catherine, good luck to you doing this next competition. And Emily, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And ladies, if you would, just one more thing, because we have 30 seconds, right? 20 seconds? If you would, Emily, tell us how this has improved your life.
Oh, my life is completely different. In addition to being able to do things I've never done before, my kids are trying to keep up with me. My husband's trying to keep up with me. And
awesome. Thank you so much. Sorry, we're cutting you short. Thank you.